Hey there, welcome to National Geographic Kids. Today we are going on an underwater adventure to follow a school of mackerel from the depths of the ocean all the way to the surface. Ready? Let's dive in. Meet a shimmering fish zing. A single mackerel streaks through the water, its silvery, iridescent scales flashing like 1,000 tiny mirrors. Look at its streamlined body. It's perfectly shaped for zooming through the water. This little fish is part of a huge family. Finding the family. In the distance, we see a massive silver cloud. As the mackerel swims closer, we realize it's a gigantic school of mackerel, hundreds of thousands of them swimming together. What are they doing? Well, there's safety in numbers, especially when you're a small fish. There's also power in numbers. A big group of fish can scare away many predators. And it's easier to find food when you have so many friends helping you look. Swimming as one, mackerel are one of the few fish species that swim in perfect unison. Check this out. They all turn to the right at the same time. Then they turn to the left. Well, scientists think this might be a great way for the mackerel to confuse predators that try to eat them. If you were a hungry shark, would you rather chase one fish or a whole swirling mass of fish? Exactly. When they swim together in huge groups, the mackerel are almost impossible to catch. Now let's keep swimming. What do they eat? After swimming around for a while, the mackerel split up into smaller groups and head toward the bottom of the ocean in search of food. They're looking for tiny fish called eupazids, also known as krill. Yummy! These little fish are hard to spot because they're so tiny and they swim fast. But don't worry, mackerel are super speedy too. Can you see them? Zoom, zoom, go, go, go. Finally, the mackerel find a tasty meal. Woo! All the little mouths open at once as they gobble up the euphants. The mackerel are getting bigger and stronger, ready to grow even more. But what do you think happens next? A moving meal, perhaps a seabird swoops down and grabs a mackerel for lunch. Or maybe a giant whale takes a big gulp of water and eats dozens of them in one go. Or perhaps a tuna, one of the fastest fish in the sea, sneaks up and gobbles several mackerel before they can even react. Hey, it could happen. You know what? It just did. The hunt is on. The tuna slices through the water, but the mackerel aren't giving up without a fight. Watch them flash their shiny scales and dart in every direction. Will the tuna be able to catch any mackerel? So far, none. Now watch this. The mackerel disappear into the depths. Where did they go? Time to make a pit stop. When you swim deep under the sea, it's very dark. That's why the mackerel have those shiny scales. They reflect the light, making them almost invisible to predators lurking nearby. In the dark depths, the mackerel rest and play until it's time to find more food. Then off they go again, streaking through the water like a silver bullet. To the surface, at first, it looks like the mackerel are heading straight for danger. They re-swimming toward the surface of the water where there are plenty of birds waiting to snatch them out of the sea. But wait a minute, are those birds doing something else? Yep, they're pointing their beaks toward the sky. That means they've seen something tasty coming their way. Look, a school of anchovies is swimming near the surface. Yummy! The mackerel dive down and dart between the anchovies, stealing their food. These little fish are too slow to catch the speedy mackerel. And besides, there are so many mackerel, they can't grab even one. Those sneaky mackerel have found a way to connect the surface of the ocean with the dark depths. They're what we call forage fish, a tasty treat for animals all over the ocean, following the currents. As the summer days grow longer, the mackerel take a break from searching for food. Instead, they head north along the coast, following the currents. They're on their way to colder waters. Now they're starting to feel a bit crowded. Time to spread out. The huge school splits up into smaller groups, swimming side by side in a line. Look at how big these groups are. We can barely see the end of them. Over millions of years, mackerel have figured out exactly how to survive and thrive. They have amazing bodies that help them swim faster than most other fish. And they know how to work together to stay safe from predators. And now it's time for one last amazing trick, finding their way along the coast without a map or a compass. Amazing bodies. When the mackerel are born, they have huge eyes that help them see well in dark water. They also have a special organ that senses tiny changes in the Earth's magnetic field. It's like having a built-in GPS, and their streamlined torpedo-shaped bodies let them swim as fast as 30 miles per hour. No wonder they're such great escape artists. But unfortunately, some people can't resist eating their yummy meat. And sometimes they get caught up in fishing nets along with other fish and sea creatures. There is also plastic and other trash floating in the ocean that can hurt mackerel and other sea life. If the oceans get too polluted, there won't be enough healthy fish for people or other animals to eat. Dangers in the ocean. Mackerel live in a world full of danger. Not only are they hunted by sharks, tuna, whales, and seabirds, but they're also targeted by humans. People love to eat mackerel, and fishermen catch tons of them every year. If fishermen catch too many mackerel, there won't be enough left in the ocean to have babies and keep their population strong. And if the mackerel population gets too low, well, lots of other sea creatures will go hungry. It's already happening in some places. And that means baby sea turtles, seals, whales, dolphins, sharks, and other fish won't have enough to eat. You can help prevent overfishing by asking your grown-ups to choose seafood that has been caught or farmed in a sustainable way. If you want to learn more about what that means, check out the Seafood Choices website. You can also help keep the ocean free of plastic and other trash. Participate in a beach or river cleanup in your area, or start a recycling program at school. Every little bit helps. Protecting the silver swimmers. Our planet's oceans cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface. They're home to a lot of amazing sea creatures, including mackerel. And although these little fish are small, they're mighty. They connect the surface of the ocean with the darkest depths. They're an important food source for many animals, including humans, and they're just plain cool. Their shiny scales are a reminder that there is magic all around us if we take the time to look for it. Thanks for joining us. See you next time on National Geographic Kids.